For the last 30 days, I've done the 100 Things Challenge, limiting myself to only 100 items. Did I find it restrictive or freeing? What would I have changed? And what did I learn? In this video, I'll unpack that and more as I unpack these bags. Hello everybody, my name is Tyler Lloyd and this is my YouTube channel where I document my personal development journey and all that I learned along the way. For the last 30 days, I've limited myself to 100 personal items, inspired by Dave Bruno's book, The 100 Things Challenge. I read Dave Bruno's book when I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Burkina Faso, and it was my first introduction to minimalism. In 2008, average American family man Dave Bruno decided to unhook himself from the intravenous drip of consumerism that fueled his life by winnowing down all his possessions to 100 personal things. When I read the 100 Thing Challenge, something clicked. Never before had I considered intentionally having less stuff and more time, money, and intention focusing on the things that really mattered to me. What exactly is the 100 Thing Challenge? Rather than focusing on getting rid of 100 things, the 100 Thing Challenge is limiting yourself to 100 personal items. But the number isn't the important part. For the challenge, shared items like kitchen items, couch, a TV don't count. And I'm married, as was Dave, so it was a little bit easier. If you're a single person, you might need more than 100 items. Also, consumable items like toiletries, such as deodorant, toothpaste, those didn't count either. And I didn't count items that were specifically work-related, like my work laptop that is really the federal government's and not mine, and things that I own only because I'm working at home, like my desk. Lastly, I didn't separately count each individual item as one thing. Like when thinking of technology for my camera, I didn't count my camera, the lens, the battery charger, because all of that came in one box together. But I did count separately my second lens and the SD card because those were purchased separately. So if it came in the box together, it was one item. But the number and rules shouldn't be the focus. Rather than focusing on the number of items, the focus should be on the intentionality of the things that you own. Even with minimalism, just like consumerist culture, people can get too focused on how much they have, trying to make it a competition, owning less than the next person. But if it takes 1,000 things for you to fulfill your life's purpose, then own 1,000 things. And if you're like Rob Greenfield and you can get by and feel fulfilled with just 44 personal items, then by all means own 44 things. Minimalism isn't a competition. So what were my 100 items? Rather than going thing by thing as I did in my 30-day minimalism game challenge, I'm going to just talk about the high-level lessons learned in several different categories. But if you're interested in what my 100 things were, you can find them down below. And before I dive into the list, if you were to do a 100 thing challenge, what would be the first 5 things on your list? Mine would be my camera, my laptop, wedding ring, my phone, and my wallet. How about you? Let me know in a comment down below. I would like to know the top 5 things that you would be putting on your list for a 100 thing challenge. For clothing, I had 45 total items. Even though I'm working from home, I made sure to include 4 shirts that would be work appropriate. I work 4 10-hour days, so 4 is enough. Before building my list, I thought I might have to count all my socks and underwear as only 2 items, but I had space to count 7 of each. And I only needed 2 pairs of shoes for the whole month, so that made up my total of 45 items. For toiletries, because I didn't count consumable toiletries, my list of toiletry items was largely various ways to remove hair and keep me from looking like Teen Wolf. Even though I do toss my toothbrush every few months, I did count it as one item because it sticks around for a while. Then on to tech. Here is where I thought I would struggle. I love my cameras and various tech toys, but got by perfectly with only 21 tech items that allowed me to make a month's worth of YouTube videos. Yes, there are some things that I probably would have used if I had them available, like my camera slider, but they weren't necessary. Then my everyday carry items. These are the things that I have on me every single day, such as my wedding ring, another ring that I wear, a leather bracelet, watch, keys, wallet, phone, a hanky, a pocket knife, and because it is 2020, a mask. Of Dave Bruno's 100 things, the thing that stood out to me most on his list was a pen. One singular pen. It was a refillable pen, but he only used one pen for an entire year. So of course, this was one of the first things that I thought that I had to add to my list. Other miscellaneous things were notebooks and journals, a coffee thermos, a water bottle, and all of this fit into one suitcase, one backpack, a tech pouch, and a toiletry bag. So how was it? Fine. Easy, actually. Limiting myself to 100 personal items wasn't all that difficult, but I had to work to this point. I've been trying to winnow down my personal possessions for a while now. It's definitely a process for me, but I did learn a lot about what I actually need to get by and really enjoy life. My quality of life did not suffer at all over the past 30 days. So does that mean that I'm going to get rid of everything else in my life? No. I am continuing to declutter, and it has highlighted some things that I have too much of that I will be getting rid of. But there are other items that didn't make the list of 100 that I probably would have used if I had access to them. So I'll continue to use those items, but remain intentional about the things that I have in my life and the things that I choose to bring into my life in the future. If you're interested in future videos about minimalism, intentional living, self-improvement, subscribe down below. And until next time, my name is Tyler Lloyd, and I wish you the very best. Later.